What's up, everybody? Piscean back here. I've had a crazy few days. I've been getting drunk out of my mind, I'll be honest with you, and just partying over here like the 21-year-old I am. So it is April 14th, and I leave this weekend to Denver, Colorado. We're going to be doing a speakers panel. When I say we, I mean there's going to be a lot of detransitioners, not just myself, at the speakers panel in Denver, Colorado. You guys will be able to see this once I get the recorded live stream from that speakers panel. I will find a way to get it on the channel with peace and love. Thank you for those that are still subscribed, that knew I was continuing to upload. I am still here, and we're going to talk about astrology. That's what this channel is for. And I'll be honest with you guys, you may ask yourself, what do you do for a day job? And the answer is, I've been unemployed since December 2024. Now, you may be saying, I'm going through a certain period in my birth chart. What causes someone to be unemployed for so long? They go on interviews, they're going through hell trying to find work. Well, let's use DeepSeek AI. And now you may be asking yourself, why are we using AI to figure this out? Well, I have my birth chart calculations here. Oops. So we're going to say specifically, analyze why the native who is 21 has been unemployed since December of 2024 and using advanced astrology. And we're also going to say, give the native tips and tricks to activate wealth in her birth chart. And so what DeepSeek is going to do is take this information and help us understand why. And you can also do this if you're struggling to find work, like myself, who's been doing quite a bit, but like I said, I can always do more. I think I've said that before. I got to start looking into like volunteer opportunities and putting myself out there and looking at stuff like that. So like if I say volunteer opportunities in St. Paul, and I know you guys are probably like, what the hell is this video going about? Well, I'm trying to show you guys, this is, as a 21-year-old who's been unemployed, I'm really trying to figure out what to do next here. Alright, so now that we have our written up forecasts, and I was going to go over this, but I do want to show you guys how astrology really works, and we have DeepSeek to help us here. And in my opinion, I think every other AI, I mean, DeepSeek is cool as fuck, and it's very, very detailed. So, as we can see here, DeepSeek says, I will treat this with the rigor of a full professional consultation. What does that mean when we're talking about astrology and business and finance? You blend Hellenistic timing techniques, medieval Arabic parts. Now I know I'm fucking up here, drawing a little bit over, but I'm trying to help you guys understand Vedic house systems for material analysis and fixed star delineations. So when we're talking about a full professional consultation, we need to do what? Synthesize. multiple traditions, multiple techniques. All right. And that's how you actually tell someone or help someone understand what is going on, or get a feel for what is happening and why is it happening for extensive periods. So, and how can we activate our chart and become successful? Because this is not permanent. All right, so the native's chart is not one of lack. It is one of delayed manifestation. The key to understanding the unemployment since December 2024 lies in the interplay between the ascendant lord, which is Venus, the 10th lord of career, which is Saturn, and the 12th house north node, which is Rahu. And that's very important because these things are making it a little bit more difficult for the native to soar in career. Imagine if Sun is in the 10th house. Now, I have Sun in the 11th house, so pretty close. But Sun in the 10th house, you're going to have a job. You're going to be successful. You're going to be fucking... Okay, it doesn't matter what the sign is. Sun is in the 10th house. Be ready to be successful. All right? That's the main house for that. But Saturn's transit into Pisces and Mars retrograde in Cancer. So we can even see the triggered event. Individuals stopped working in December 2024. And let's be very clear. It's currently April 14th of 2026. And that's not to say I haven't been doing business behind the scenes and gotten a way to do stuff. And that's why I'm going to do this panel this weekend. But astrologically, this coincides with Saturn's ingress into Pisces, the 11th house of income and gains, and Mars stationing retrograde in Cancer in my 3rd house of communication and marketing. And it started December 6th of last 2 years. So 2 years ago. And I'll be honest, I had a seasonal job. I was a seasonal driver helper. I delivered packages in December of 2024. But it was seasonal. And I ended up actually hurting my leg on that job. And I didn't, get them in trouble or anything. Pretty big company. But they let me go. It seemed like after that I wasn't able to, secure a secure job with them. So here's the mechanism. My part of fortune is at 22 degrees Sagittarius in the 8th house. And this is an aspect, remember, conjunct Pluto and squaring Mercury. Your 2nd house, my 2nd house, Lord of personal finances. What does this mean? The 8th house Pluto signature indicates that the native's income is not generated through standard 9-to-5 labor. Why do we see that? And before I even give you the answer, why do we see that? Can anyone tell me? And I wish we could actually do a genuine discussion, but I have no friends to talk about this with, so that's why I have this channel. But that's what you get when you're not in college and you lose your job. But this is what I want to do. I have my 108 subscribers. Thank you guys for watching with peace and love as I drink my jackpot 4 Locos because I'm getting drunk at 11 in the morning. I am truly a Pisces. Pisces stellium in the 11th. All right. Well, what I was trying to say is what? It is generated through other people's money. OPM, we call this. And that's the 8th house activating. And it's commissions, royalties, joint ventures, or grants. The native was not destined in the natal promise. In my natal promise, it seems the universe has given me a way to generate income through OPM. Commissions, royalties, joint ventures, or grants. And I will do so. I am doing so. I have a bunch of business partners. You guys can laugh, but 21 years old, I've been doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes, and you guys will hear about this pretty soon. So the moment Saturn, which is the planet of restriction, entered Pisces, dissolution, all right, it squared Pluto, financial debt transformation planet. in my 8th house of shared resources. So standard job applications, which is Mercury and Pisces that I have natally. Remember this. I have a stellium in the 11th house. All right, that looks like 12, but it's in the 11th house. And it's my natal placement. So Mercury is what? It's not doing hot. It's not very happy in Pisces because Mercury is a finicky planet that wants to be able to analyze and dissect and know everything, but you can't know everything. And especially in Pisces, I've known nothing. I can pretend. I can fake it until I make it. And that's usually what I do. And I'm really, really passionate about it. Like relationships, oh, don't get me started. I have been in, man, we'd get off topic. So, now that we can understand the chart, what's going on here? Standard job applications, Mercury and Pisces, have been lost in the ether. I've been applying to jobs that do not align with the Plutonic fortune configuration of my soul's economy. This may sound like an excuse to you, but if you know astrology, this makes sense. If you understand astrology, this makes sense. No questions asked. You'd be like, oh, yeah, I can understand these placements and look at that and see this person would probably struggle with a career burden for a little bit, and then some stuff would get activated in a chart later on. Because that's your natal promise working, okay? We can see the natal life map here in the wealth blueprint. This is our Western foundation. Remember, I don't just talk about Western astrology. I talk about Vedic astrology, Chinese astrology. I talk about all different forms because why are we dividing ourselves? Men, women, transvestites. Call them what they are. Mentally ill folks that used to be thrown back into the asylum and they would give you a lobotomy to cut that shit out. But now they're just trying to depopulate us faster. So of course they're going to give you your hormones like it's nothing. Of course, you know. It's the 11th house stellium. I have Sun, Venus, Uranus, Mercury, and Pisces. But this is Western. And we're going to get into the Vedic chart. But when I tell you that I noticed this, and I just learned this year, and I'm on one, because I actually have an 11th house stellium in Aquarius. And it's funny, because I had a guy ask me just 2 days ago, I met this guy on an app, and he was like, are you an Aquarius? Are you an Aquarius? And that's how fucking funny astrology is, and how real it is. And we're going to get into it. So I'm designed for community and network. It is in my natal promise to be with people. Even though I've had fear since I was a kid. I've gotten bullied like no tomorrow. Whether I'm too fat or I express myself too much. I'm a woman. I'm black. I have short hair. I wear glasses. Come up with all these things and excuses. But I am natally designed for community and network. Because I was born February 26, 2005 at 9:53 a.m. And that makes it so. So, however, my sun, which is very important here, pay attention, Sun conjunct Merak, which is my Taurus ascendant, and we're talking about fixed stars, in the 12th from the ascendant perspective gives a blind spot regarding my own value. I give brilliant, creative, empathetic advice to friends, yet I struggle to monetize it because Pisces does not erect boundaries. What is Pisces? Fish. Fish don't even talk. Fish do not talk. Fish are here to swim. All the other zodiac signs, sure, they'll make a noise. Fish don't. Really. So, what I'm going to get into here is my financial kink. I'm helping you guys understand astrology, and you guys may say, well, you're being a narcissist because you're talking about yourself. You're not da da da. I have over 800 videos on this channel, so go fuck yourself. And they're not just about me. when I say that. Go check out my other videos. I have not just sat here and said, oh, it's about me today and my chart. I have done videos about my chart, but I have so many other videos about the bullshit that we're enduring as American people. And I fucking hate to say it like that. As a black woman and a detransitioner, I hate the fact that I'm an American. I really actually dislike it. But what I do like about this country is that I can still travel to a different state and talk about how fucked up they are. And that's what I'm gonna do this weekend, so stay tuned. No fucking balls, I have them. Don't worry about it. Testosterone is still definitely in my system. Even though I'm not taking it, I can feel it in my bloodstream. You guys can laugh all you want, you transvestites that are still out there and lost. You need to find faith. And I might get killed over this. Taurus conjunct Algol in my ascendant. The first house. What is going to happen to me? I don't know. But I don't care either. Because whatever happens next was also in my natal promise. And the universe has it under control. And that may be Jupiter speaking through me. Let it speak. So the financial kink. I have Pluto in the 8th house. In the part of fortune in Sagittarius. So again, with fortune in Sag and Pluto in Sag in my 8th house, my wealth comes from high risk, high reward scenarios. What does that mean? I am not a salary earner. I am a stakeholder. In the name of the universe, if I am not receiving equity, commissions, or a cut of the back end, the chart rejects the job. And that is why I've been unemployed since December. Saturn is forcing me to stop trading time for money. Do you know how many staffing agencies I've worked at? Bullshit jobs, White Castle. I've been there. It was a waste of my fucking time. My heart wanted to fucking fall out of my chest every time I went in for a shift. I didn't like it. And that's for a reason. When you don't know your astrology and you're going to work every day and causing yourself a heart attack in the making, good luck. You're not going to make it very long. And all we can say about you is that you were a servant. You went to work every day for your boss. But you weren't the boss. You were a fucking servant. Shout out Nirvana for Serve the Servants, but also, when are you going to make a name for yourself? When are you going to step up to the fucking plate and make a name for yourself? And say, you know what? $15 an hour, is that really what I want my life to look like all these years? Next year is going to be like this, and the next year, AI might take my job. All this nonsense. How about you pick yourself up and say, fuck no. I can do better. I deserve better. In the name of the universe, it's in my natal promise that I will receive better. And I know I'm worthy. Fuck the fear. Shout out Clarence Clarity with no fear. With no fear. That's what a lot of you guys need to hear, especially me. Do this shit with no fear, and may the universe hold you. You're going to be okay. You're going to be more than okay, because you've always been okay. But you tell yourself that you're not going to be because you don't want to be. You want to be stuck. It's comfortable for you. So let's get into my Vedic shit here. The Aruda Lagna, which is also very important, okay? I've talked about this a lot in my other videos because I don't fucking discriminate like a lot of these people on YouTube. So the AL, which is our material reality, and Yogi. Now what do we see here? So Aruda Lagna, that's what it's called. AL in Leo. And it's in my 4th house, A7. So this is what happens when most of y'all don't know Vedic astrology, so you don't know shit about shit. And you just think, oh, I'm a sun in Sagittarius. No offense to my mom and my dad, but seriously, I've seen that growing up. Oh, he's a sun in Aries. I'm a sun in Sagittarius. Of course this is going to work. Mom, you have a Virgo ascendant with a Gemini moon, and dad probably has a Gemini rising. Or a Leo rising. Good luck. You're going to have to try really fucking hard. And what happens, a lot of these people, if they don't know their birth time, they're going to give up on astrology. If they don't actually have an astrologer or a mentor or a Buddha or someone telling them, I want to be your coach and be there for you, your guru, they're going to give up on astrology. And that's very, very sad to see. But my goal is going to Denver this weekend is hopefully I can talk to some people, the detransitioners there, and tell them, hey, I study astrology by myself, and I'm wondering if I can read your chart for you for free. Get to know people, network. That is in my natal promise, in the name of the universe. They have given that to me. And there is no they. When I say they, I mean the stars above us. I mean the planets above us that curated me into existence. Jupiter, Neptune, I am ruled by. They made me. Yes, my parents had me, but guess what? My mother is Jupiter. My father is Jupiter. We needed these things. There is no us without them. That's what you guys don't understand yet. There is no humans without the planets. There isn't, and there never will be. That's why we have them. Why the fuck do we have the planets in our solar system? Why the fuck do we have the fixed stars and constellations and people that actually throughout history have studied this shit? There is a math to it. There is a science that most of you guys can't wrap your little small ass brains around, and your small ass dicks, clits, whatever it is, grow a pair. And by that I mean work out. Work out your brain muscle. You fucking weak-minded motherfuckers. So, yes, I'm on one. Maybe the Four Locos got me on one. It's fucking 12 in the afternoon. I don't care. No fucks to give. I'm tired of giving a fuck. I'm past that. Quite frankly. So we're rambling, but the Maya, which is illusion of my life, is that of a protector of home and creativity, because the Aruda Lagna is in Leo, which is a sign immediately of the 5th house of creativity and home as well. Children, pleasure. Now the world sees me as someone who should be in charge of real estate, home decor, or creative direction from a private space. What have I already been doing? I have over 800 videos. We're going to get to 800,000. I swear to fucking God. Until I get a heart attack. I am going to keep on recording and uploading. However many Mercury retrogrades and Venus retrogrades. Guess what? Venus is going retrograde this year in September, and I have a Taurus ascendant. And I'm still going to be here. So what? If my exes even try to come for me after this convention, guess what? They're getting a fistful of this to their nuts. I would bite someone's dick off before I... You know what? Let me keep it PG for YouTube. I'm joking. Or am I? You know what? Come and find out, motherfucker. Anyways. So, we look and we see what? We have our AL, which is our Aruda Lagna. And then our A2 is the Wealth Aruda. And I have it in Scorpio. And where is it located? We need to see it's in the 6th house. And we always see the letter A in front of it. Because we're talking about Vedic astrology. We need to see the opposite sign. Where are we placing these things with the Aruda Lagna and then the Wealth Aruda? You can always discover this more on my channel because I've talked about this in detail. I have over 800 videos. I can't even keep up anymore. So this is a profound signature for occult wealth, insurance, or healing finances, meaning that my public wealth image is tied to the 8th house matters of debt, inheritance, and metaphysics. That's why I love talking about aliens and metaphysics and quantum and fucking science and astrology and paradoxical shit. Because that's the world we're living in. The human puppet dimension is a 3D dimension, which a lot of you guys can't understand yet. And that's okay, but time is running out. It's time to lock in. So we gotta lock in. Someone said in my live stream, I'm live on Meet Me, someone says I'm in Aries. And they probably mean they're a sun in Aries, but they have no idea what their moon sign is or their rising sign. And that is an exact representation of pop astrology, sun sign astrology. When you don't really know your moon sign, your rising sign, you just know, hey, I was born in March, I was born in early April, I'm in Aries. And that's very surface level, and in my opinion, it's very, unfortunately, sad to see and disappointing because, of course, our public schools in America and most other places are not teaching astrology to our kids. But if I have a kid, that kid is learning astrology immediately and fast. And they will be a guru, they will be a master, they will be a spiritual endeavor entity, because I'm not going to let my kid be fucking retarded on what's going on. So sorry if that was brutal, but when I say retarded, I mean I'm retarded, so my kid would probably be a little bit autistic, but it's okay. Like, I'm not, that's the thing, I'm trying to be soft about it. I'm trying to be satirical as well. So working in a bank's mortgage department or a life insurance firm is more aligned than working in retail. And we also see a yogi point at Libra, which is 29 degrees, 52 energetic degree, by the way, in the 6th house. So the planet of prosperity for this incarnation is Venus. Venus is my ascendant lord. So when I beautify, harmonize, or create partnerships in the realm of service, which is the 6th house, I prosper. All right? I was meant to meet people in this lifetime. More people than I have met already. All right, so here's why specifically December of 2024 through present feels like hitting a wall, you know? It's our advanced transit analysis, or as what I call it, the ATA, okay? Excuse me. So this is how I would actually conduct, like I'm showing you guys, how would I conduct a client consultation for someone that has been unemployed for a certain amount of time, whether it's a few months, few weeks, few days, a year, few years, decade, we have no idea. But we have our ATA here to help us. So we have Saturn square natal Pluto in the 8th house. Exact hit March of 2026. So this is the crunch year. Saturn at 9 degrees Pisces, and remembering that this is our Vedic interpretation, or V. And then when we use Western, of course, it'll be our W. So we'll keep that in mind. So Saturn, 9 degrees Pisces, within 3 degrees of a square to natal Pluto at 24 degrees Sagittarius. This transit is culling the financial reality. It is forcing a complete deletion of the old financial self. I'm 21 years old, and this is a grace period from the universe to avoid building a career on a faulty foundation. So if I need to be on a sabbatical, the universe is giving it to me. You know, that's also Taurus ascendant. It's Venus. You know, I have Moon in Libra too, so I'm double Venus. Even though I'm also a detransitioner, I'm now a female, back to what I was already, and you know, just being proud of that and wearing dresses, getting into makeup and learning more about what that looks like. And that's Venus, okay? So the fixed star algol on the ascendant, Taurus, 26 degrees. My ascendant is exactly at 23 degrees, 55 Taurus, and algol sits at 26 degrees, 14. I am an algol rising native, so this is the Medusa point. I cannot succeed by playing nice and being normal. I have to be unapologetically strange, intense, and magnetic in my career approach. If I am trying to fit into a corporate mold, Capricorn midheaven, I will be beheaded by the system. I must lead with the unconventional, meaning that I will be an entrepreneur. I am an entrepreneur. I make money by myself or with my business partners. So we'll figure it out. And also, let's talk about the 6th house vertex conjunct my Jupiter retrograde, Libra, 24 degrees. This is just a natal case study, okay? So let's pretend like maybe it's not even me. We'll talk about it like that for now. So the vertex is fated encounters, all right? Or VERT, or vert. This person has it exactly on Jupiter, Guru, in the 6th house of day job. So they will not find a job by applying online. They will find wealth through a one-on-one partnership, Libra, that appears to them as a service opportunity. And then we talk about the Spica Arcturus protection. These are fixed stars. So the vertex sits at 24 degrees Libra, and it's exactly conjunct the fixed star Spica, Fortune, and Arcturus protection. No matter how bad it looks, they will land on their feet through a fated introduction from someone they meet while doing a small favor or service. Maybe it's talking in front of 70 people at a speaker's panel. Is that small favor or service? Sure. If you want to say that. That's a way it can come, but Pisces is naturally Jupiter. Why did that stop? What the fuck? Docs. Hang on a second.